In today's episode, we are going to be looking at a few alternative cryptocurrencies that I'm going to be buying and obviously keeping for the long run, because soon we are about to experience a very good alternative season, and it's always very important for you guys to always have the best projects that can obviously give a very good ROI, because that's the way you only get to make money. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Muna. Welcome to Beyond 10x, and in today's episode we are going to be concentrating on, or rather focusing on, a few alternative cryptocurrencies such as Wanchain and Matic. Of course, I'm going to be giving you a whole lot more cryptocurrencies a little bit later, but in today's episode we are going to be focusing on Wanchain and Matic, and of course we are also going to look at a little bit of Bitcoin, because wherever Bitcoin goes, you already know that the market is obviously bound to go in that particular direction. So it's very important to always keep a close eye on what Bitcoin is doing. Of course, you guys already know that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and whatever you do, please do your own due diligence. So without further ado, let's get into this. So the current price of Wanchain as of today is about 41 cents. It's actually down by about 4%. Matic has been doing pretty well today. It's actually about 2 cents. It's a little bit up, about 3%. And of course, Bitcoin has been declining in value because it has obviously been on a very, very good bull run. And it's always very important to always, take a little bit of time to gather the momentum and obviously, allow more people to get to buy. And obviously for the people who bought in a little bit earlier, right, they are going to be selling and obviously getting their profits. So this is a very normal correction, and you guys shouldn't be very worried. But I really feel that, or rather, I really understand and I know for a fact that the price of Bitcoin is going to continue going down, because we obviously have to go down and obviously test the 4,000 level. I don't know, we might go as low as 4,500, even lower. So you guys better be extremely, cautious when it comes to trading Bitcoin at this particular moment. So anyhow, let's briefly look at Bitcoin. I have a very good chart right over here. As you guys can clearly see, we've been having a very drastic drop, and right now we are actually forming a very bearish pattern. This is usually referred to as a bearish flag. So this is a continuation pattern. So right now we are obviously in a very blatant downtrend, right? And right now we are currently trading in this channel. As you guys can clearly see, we are literally right around these areas, bouncing back and forth in this trading channel right over here. So what's going to happen in the next coming hours, right? We are going to obviously reach a point where the market has to decide where it's going to go. Are the bears going to be very, very powerful? Are the bulls going to be able to defend? So as you guys can clearly see, right, I have a very good parallel channel that has been providing a whole lot of support, even from way back. So let me just move over to the daily chart so that you guys can have a clear picture of this parallel channel. So as you guys can clearly see, right, this pitchfork has been drawn all the way from December all the way to the low of about February. So this is a very active pitchfork, and it has been providing a lot of support and resistance. As you guys can clearly see, right, when we had this drastic drop on 15th May, right, this line of support really played a very major role when it comes to providing a little bit of support when it comes to BTC. So this pitchfork right over here providing these lines of support and resistance is very, very playing a very active role, if I can put it that way. So obviously we're going to reach a point where the price of Bitcoin is obviously going to have to decide, and we are obviously going to end up coming over to this particular area, and then we are obviously going to have to decide what's really going to end up happening. So the most likely scenario is we are obviously going to break down right over here when we get to touch this pitchfork support and resistance line right over here. So obviously after that, then we are obviously going to drastically drop down, and it's obviously going to be lower prices for Bitcoin as far as Bitcoin is concerned. So we have a few hours, I don't know, maybe in the next 48 to about 72 hours for the price of Bitcoin to drastically make its move. But in case during the weekend the price just drastically goes down, I mean, it's very well expected, so you guys shouldn't be very surprised. So I'm really looking forward to the point where the price of Bitcoin is obviously going to be dwelling like right around this area of support right over here. If the support is going to be broken, then we are obviously going to continue our downward momentum. So the most important question that I really wanted to like find out from everybody is, what's really going to happen to the price of a lot of alternative cryptocurrencies out there? I mean, if the price of Bitcoin is going to drastically drop, right? What's really going to happen to a lot of these alternative cryptocurrencies? Are they going to be, sort of keeping their value in terms of BTC because the price of BTC is dropping down? Or are they also going to be ending up losing a lot of value? So as far as a lot of alternative cryptocurrencies are concerned, right? So let's just take a look at Coin Paprika, right? Obviously, a lot of them have been performing very badly because Bitcoin is performing very badly, right? But there's obviously going to be a very good shift in energy when it comes to alternative cryptocurrencies, because obviously the money that was held up in Bitcoin has to go somewhere, right? So this is where you guys have to like, right now start looking for a lot of alternative cryptocurrencies that you are supposed to be, having. And obviously when the time is right, those are obviously going to perform very well as well. So obviously the picks that I have for you guys today is obviously Wanchain and Matic. So let's briefly look at Wanchain. So let's look at the weekly, because the weekly is very important. As you guys can clearly see, right, when it comes to Wanchain, we are literally at the bottom. This is like really the bottom of the bottom in terms of USD, in terms of BTC. Like Wanchain has got a very good return on investment, especially when you look at the risk and the reward. So I am really looking forward to having extremely good trades as far as Wanchain is concerned. And the other fundamental factors that are really making me lean towards Wanchain is that they have a lot of upcoming events, especially during the month of June. As you guys can clearly see right over here, they have like they have a new blockchain bridge which was going to be implemented. They also have like a POS alpha testnet launch which is going to happen right around the 30th of June, or it might even happen earlier. So they also have like a Walex user interface update, plus they have some new ERC20 token integration. So obviously a lot of people are going to be speculating. I mean, a lot of people love proof of stake because it allows them to earn passive income. So obviously by the end of June, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of speculation when it comes to Wanchain. The price of Wanchain is obviously going to drastically increase. So getting to look at the price of Wanchain, right? So let's go back to the to the daily. As you guys can clearly see right now, the CM slingshot was actually providing us a very good conservative entry right around this area. But right now, just because Bitcoin is very undecisive, obviously the price of a lot of alternative cryptocurrencies are also going down as well. So if you guys are looking for entries, right, I would obviously look for anything which is going to be below the 50 exponential moving average, or even the 100 exponential moving average. So anything which is going to be between, I don't know, if we take a look at the previous bottom, right around this area. So anything which is going to be between 475 Satoshi all the way to about this area, right, about 520 Satoshi. This is going to be a very good buying zone if you guys really want to provide some entries for yourselves. So this is going to be a very good threshold. So just be patient. I'm sure there's going to be an opportunity where the price of Wanchain is going to go down. So if you want to look at the US dollar value, right, so anything which is going to be below, I don't know, 39 cents is going to be a very good entry. But guys, you always have to remember that things might just turn, things might go the other way, and the price of Wanchain might drastically drop. So it's always very important to like use less than 1% of your cryptocurrency portfolio, especially if you're trying to speculate. So whenever you are using 1% of your cryptocurrency portfolio, right, always practice dollar cost averaging. Like for example, let's say your budget for buying Wanchain is about $1,000 US, right? I don't know, like the first time you make a purchase, right? Try to only invest about, I don't know, like $200 US. If the price continues dropping down, just keep on adding to your, purchasing whatever budget, so that in case the price just continues going down, you guys are not really going to be able to like freak out. So that's as far as Wanchain is concerned. So just look out for these buying entries, and you guys are obviously going to do extremely well, because I really believe that Wanchain can actually get to do like a 2x. It can also do like a 3x in the coming months. This is going to be a very good upward momentum as far as Wanchain is concerned. So yeah, I don't really want to like dwell on Wanchain for like a very long time, but as you guys can clearly see, we are having let's look at the OBV, the unbalanced volume. So as far as the unbalanced volume is concerned, right, we have been having very good interest as far as people trading Wanchain and people getting to purchase Wanchain. So obviously there's a lot of people who are keeping an eye on Wanchain. So this is very, very good, and it's very convincing, and it's actually very satisfying, especially if you guys are trying to purchase Wanchain. So yeah, that's just something that I wanted to point out. So as far as the regular volume is concerned, right, today we are having very, very minimal volume. So I don't really know whether you guys can actually get to see this area. Yeah, so I don't know, anytime we might have a very good a very good movement in terms of the price of Wanchain. So it can either go to the downside or the upside. So that's very cliche, but you guys just have to determine, or rather just get to find out what's really going to happen in the next coming few hours, because right now Bitcoin is acting crazy, so anything can happen. So but I'm obviously leaning towards the upside, because the unbalanced volume has been drastically increasing. I mean, if you look at the past few weeks, so I'm obviously expecting a very good upward momentum as far as Wanchain is concerned. So let's move over to Matic. This is a very interesting cryptocurrency, because it was not so long ago introduced to the crypto world, and there's obviously a lot of people who are into Matic, because it's some sort of second layer scalability solution for Ethereum. So a lot of people are actually referring to it as the Ethereum killer, even though it actually uses Ethereum to survive. So yeah, as you guys can clearly see, as far as Matic is concerned, we actually came down to this area like in the past few days, where we had like some sort of bottom, and the price was about 222 Satoshi. So I'm sure you guys can clearly see the price right over here. So yeah, this was the bottom. So the most important thing that I really wanted to bring to your attention as far as Matic is concerned is this rally, or rather is this bottom the immediate bottom, or we are going to end up correcting down and breaking this line of support right over here. So that is something that I'm most definitely trying to look forward to in terms of observing what's going to happen. So in terms of the exponential moving averages, we don't really have a lot of information to work with, because we don't really have like a lot of data, and we just have to give it a little bit of time. Right now we can only focus on the price action. So yeah, let me just try to look at the 4 hourly, because we might find a little bit of information as the 4 hourly is concerned. So based on this support and resistance that we had right over here, right, we obviously had the support, and we had this upward momentum right over here. It seems like we found the recent top right over here. So I'm obviously going to be looking at what the price of Matic is going to be doing between 322 Satoshi all the way down to about 296. You guys have to remember that this is fairly a new cryptocurrency project, so obviously it has to stand the test of time. So this is one of the reasons why I'm actually not really rushing to buy Matic, because I mean, it's like way too early. These guys haven't really stood the test of time. So if I were to buy Matic, right, I'm obviously going to be a buyer if we are going to end up breaking this line of support, like anything which is going to be below 224 Satoshi. That's just me being very conservative, because I don't really want to like risk my money, because you guys always have to remember that Matic has obviously grown by 4 times already. It has done a 5x already. So there's obviously a lot of people who are holding Matic. Okay, but obviously if you look at other factors, like for example the Coinbase venture whatever group is actually going to be shilling it. These guys are going to be making sure that the price gets to do well because they sort of invested in Matic like way back in the day. But you guys always have to be extremely careful. So the most important thing that I just want to find out is whether we are going to end up breaking this previous high right over here. I mean, we have a very long way to go, but when it comes to pumping, right, so this threshold right over here, that's just something that we have to look forward to. So it's obviously going to be very interesting to look at what Matic is going to be doing like in the next coming few days. But right now, it has a lot of life in it. There's a lot of interest as far as Matic is concerned. There's a lot of people who are looking to buy it, so maybe we might not have a chance to buy it when it comes to breaking down this support right over here. If we look at the on balance volume, right, we are having increasing OBV, which is very bullish. So I don't know, maybe the downward momentum as far as Matic is concerned is already over. So if you guys are very risky traders, if you guys love taking a lot of risk, maybe you might try to find some buying entries very soon. Like, I don't know, maybe you can follow the 20 exponential moving average on the 4 hourly. That's really going to provide you a very good entry as well. Anything which is going to be below, I don't know, 300 Satoshi or even slightly above 300 Satoshi is going to be very good for you. So on the 4 hourly, the OBV is obviously trying to find a little bit of a breather. So we might have a situation where the OBV, crosses below the 13 exponential moving average, just like it did right over here, right? So obviously getting to purchase Matic like right around this area when the price, or rather when the OBV is trading below the 13 EMA, is going to be a very good buying opportunity. So I don't know, just keep an eye on it. Don't FOMO. There's going to be a lot of buying opportunities. There's obviously going to be better buying opportunities. So whenever the price drastically increases, please do not FOMO. If you were to benefit from this trade, right, obviously getting to buy Matic right around this area, like on the 3rd of June, was going to be a better play. But personally, I didn't purchase around this area because I really wanted to have like more data. The more information that I have, the better. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. But obviously Matic and Wanchain, these cryptocurrencies are going to do extremely well, but you always have to take precaution. Remember what I told you, only use about 1% of your cryptocurrency portfolio to speculate on a lot of alternative cryptocurrencies, and always practice dollar cost averaging. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Whatever you do, please do your own due diligence, and please hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'm obviously going to be talking to you guys tomorrow because I am back from my mini vacation because I was celebrating my Bitcoin trade. Because if you guys remember, a few months ago, I actually told you that the price of Bitcoin was obviously going to reach 6,000. If you guys don't really believe, you can check out this video right over here. We talked about the price of Bitcoin going to about 6,000 all the way back in February, when a lot of people were not really believing. So I really got to like make a lot of money, and I just wanted to like take the time off and just basically just unwind and just get back in my zone. So right now I'm actually in my zone and I am ready to make a lot of money trading these cryptocurrencies. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. In case you guys have got any other comments, suggestions, drop everything in the comment section below. It's been your boy Muna, and take care.